Look closely at this jagged landscape. This is a microscopic view of a human hair strand that has been stripped of its protective outer layer. When those scales, called the cuticle, fracture and lift, the inner core of your hair is left completely exposed to the environment. This is the biological reality of damaged hair. It isn't just a cosmetic issue, it is a structural failure of the fiber itself. We have all been conditioned to solve this problem by looking for something new to buy. You notice your ends look a little brittle, so you pick up a repair serum. A few weeks later, the frizz returns, so you add a deep conditioning mask. Then comes the leave-in oil, the glossing spray, and the bond builder. This is the product treadmill. You are continuously adding expensive steps to your routine, while the actual baseline quality of your hair continues to slide downward. You're spending more money than ever, yet your hair feels thinner and more fragile every single month. There is a very specific reason for this cycle. The beauty industry's financial model is built on the concept of more. It means more steps, buying more products, and more frequent applications. However, the biological reality of how hair functions is built on the concept of less. Hair is a protein-based fiber that thrives when its natural barriers are left undisturbed. Every time you add a chemical layer or a mechanical process, you risk compromising that barrier. The industry's push for a 10-step routine is often the very thing causing the damage those products claim to fix. If you want to achieve genuine hair health, you have to shift your perspective. It is not about what you can buy to save your hair, it is about what you can stop doing to save it. We are going to identify the invisible, destructive habits that are currently undermining your progress. This is the subtraction protocol. By eliminating specific behaviors, you allow your hair to maintain its integrity from the moment it leaves the follicle. To understand why subtraction works, we have to accept a difficult truth. Your hair is dead tissue. Once that strand emerges from your scalp, it is no longer connected to your body's internal repair systems. There is no blood flow, no cellular turnover, and no way for the hair to heal itself like your skin does after a scratch. Because hair is biologically dead matter, every bit of damage it sustains is permanent. Your goal is not to repair hair, it is to preserve the healthy structure you are born with for as long as possible. This preservation starts with understanding the wet hair fallacy. Look at this cross-section of a hair shaft. Hair is held together by various chemical bonds, including hydrogen bonds. When you saturate your hair with water, those water molecules move into the hair cortex and physically push those hydrogen bonds apart. In this state, the hair becomes significantly more elastic and structurally unstable. Water effectively softens the hair's internal skeleton, making it incredibly vulnerable to any form of tension. When you apply mechanical force, like dragging a brush through your hair while it's in this weekend wet state, the result is catastrophic at a microscopic level. The force of the brush snaps these disconnected protein chains. Because the internal lattice is already separated by water, it cannot resist damage that no conditioner can ever truly fuse back together. Treating wet hair with the same mechanical force you use on dry hair guarantees this type of breakage. It doesn't matter how high quality your shower products are. If you are brushing your hair while it's wet and vulnerable, you are neutralizing the benefits of your entire routine. The first step of the subtraction protocol is simple. Stop the mechanical tension until the hair is completely dry and the hydrogen bonds have reformed. Next, we have to look at the heat protection myth. We often believe that a quick spray of a thermal protectant makes our hair invincible to styling tools. However, hair is composed of keratin, and keratin protein has a physical melting point. Lab studies show that once hair reaches temperatures around 300 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, the protein structure begins to degrade and soften.
Most professional flat irons and curling wands routinely operate at 400 degrees or higher, which is well past the safety threshold of human protein. No over-the-counter spray can change the laws of physics or the melting point of keratin. When you apply 400-degree heat to the hair, the moisture inside the strand reaches its boiling point almost instantly. This creates bubble hair, where the internal steam expands and blows tiny, permanent holes through the hair shaft. This process vaporizes the internal moisture that gives hair its elasticity, leaving it brittle, straw-like, and prone to snapping off at the slightest touch. This destruction extends below the visible strand to the scalp itself, largely due to our over-reliance on dry shampoo. We use these powders to buy ourselves an extra day between washes, but we rarely consider what that powder is doing to the environment where hair is actually born. This animated diagram illustrates the scalp pore. When you apply dry shampoo day after day, that particulate matter creates a physical barricade over the follicle. This barrier traps sebum, sweat, and bacteria against the skin. This buildup can trigger localized inflammation, which disrupts the hair's natural growth cycle. When the follicle is chronically choked by this debris, the hair root can weaken, leading to increased shedding and hair that appears thinner over time. If this is starting to make sense, hit the like button so I know you're following the science. To stop this cycle, the subtraction protocol suggests a return to mechanical and chemical simplicity. This means only detangling your hair when it is dry and the structure is at its strongest. It also means prioritizing a clean scalp environment by using a simple clarifying wash to remove buildup rather than adding more powders to mask the oil. Thermal and chemical overstyling permanently degrades the hair's physical structure and stunts growth at the source. Once the architecture of the strand is compromised by heat or the follicle is suffocated by buildup, topical growth serums are ineffective. You are essentially just trying to fertilize a plant while someone is pouring boiling water on the leaves. As you begin subtracting these habits, you have to respect the biological timeline. On average, human hair grows about ½ an inch per month. This is a fixed biological rate. No product can force your body to double its rate of protein synthesis. This means that seeing the full results of the subtraction protocol takes time. You are waiting for new, uncompromised hair to grow in and replace the damaged ends you are currently managing. This timeline shows what the recovery process looks like over 6 months. At the 3-month mark, you will notice a clear demarcation line. The hair near the roots, the hair that hasn't been subjected to wet brushing or extreme heat, will be noticeably smoother and more resilient. By 6 months, that healthy, new growth zone will have reached your ears or chin, providing a visual confirmation that your hair's baseline health is improving. Before we finish, there is one more hidden trigger to eliminate: environmental friction. If you use a standard cotton pillowcase, the rough fibers act as a microscopic abrasive against your hair's cuticle all night long. Additionally, if you have hard water, minerals like calcium and magnesium attack to the hair, creating a crunchy coating that makes the hair feel dry even when it's saturated with moisture. Eliminating these final sources of friction by using a silk pillowcase or a shower filter allows the hair to remain smooth. The cessation of these behaviors allows the hair to return to its natural, undamaged baseline. You aren't forcing the hair to be healthy. You are simply removing the obstacles that were preventing it from being healthy on its own. If you want more deep dives into the biology of beauty, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits is the hardest for you to give up? Is it the daily heat styling or the dry shampoo? Let's talk about it below. Real hair health isn't something you can buy. It's something you protect. It is a result of biological preservation and the discipline to step away from the product treadmill. When you stop doing the things that break your hair, you finally give it the chance to grow. Subtract the damage, and the health will follow.